first time I almost died was at the age of 9. The murder weapon? A Jimmy Dean sausage.
Mom, Shonda's making faces at me.
Sheldon?
That's when the die.
Movie time, hooray! If you haven't subscribed, kindly hit on the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell so you can get notified when I post a new video. And lastly, don't forget to like my videos. Hello people, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll continue with Young Sheldon, season 1, episode 4. And this episode is titled A Therapist, a Comic Book, and a Breakfast Sausage. Meanwhile, if you haven't seen the previous narration, the link is in the description box beneath this video. This plot opens with Sheldon choking on his breakfast sausage, and this was a really scary incident for him. Sheldon's mom calls out to her husband, George, to help rescue their son. Sheldon's mom and twin sister panicked while Sheldon's dad was trying to get him to spit out the sausage. But Georgie, on the other hand, just stood on the sideline with zero empathy. He wasn't even bothered. He didn't seem bothered about the situation. But luckily for Sheldon, his dad was able to help him out. After the whole saga, did this end there? No, I wish it did. After this incident, Sheldon suddenly developed a phobia for solid food. Sheldon refused to eat. The mom was really worried about him because her son was starving. So they had to improvise by blending all his meals, thereby turning the meals into liquid. And this went on for weeks. Sheldon never attempted to take anything solid. All he did was drank all his meals. Sheldon's mom was really worried about her son and she knew he couldn't go on like that. She spoke to her husband about it. Hence, they decided it was time for him to see a therapist.
He hasn't had solid food in 5 weeks.
Well, if there is something wrong with him, it ain't constipation.
Okay, let's see if we can find somebody.
Thank you. Needs a few more Cheetos.
The therapist tried to help Sheldon to understand his fear and also develop a coping mechanism, but Sheldon wasn't having it. Not until he found a comic book in the therapist's office, which captivated his interest because he could completely relate to the storyline in the comic. Suddenly, Sheldon developed interest in comics. His friend Tim also shared his love for comics. However, the two of them bonded over this shared interest, and Sheldon began to feel comfortable in his own skin. His love for comics finally helped him overcome his fear for solid food.
I didn't have to read many comic books to understand that every superhero had a weakness, something they had to overcome through an extraordinary act of courage. For Cyclops, it was the loss of Jean Grey. For Rogue, it was human touch. For me, it was food that required chewing. So if I truly was a mutant, I would have to do the same. On this day, I would not be defeated. Because this was the day I became the Chewer. Just like that, I overcame my fear of choking.
Meanwhile, Mima takes Georgie and Macy out to grab ice cream, while their parents were busy trying to fix Sheldon's fear for solid food. Georgie and Macy always felt left out because Sheldon had always been the center of attraction for his parents. But this wasn't deliberate though. Sheldon was a special child who always needed attention, but their parents didn't realize they were neglecting the other kids in the process. In the end of this episode, Sheldon learns that it's okay to be different and that he can still be happy and successful even if he doesn't fit in with everyone else.